Welcome to Free Flow Friday, the finale. Wow. We have been doing this live with all of you every Friday for 77 weeks. We have moved through all of the symptoms in the art of Jinshin that you can also find in Healing at Your Fingertips. And we are at the final one, well-being. You can see these nice gentlemen demonstrating for us.
Yes, Michael and her bear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So why don't we start off with this hold while we talk a little bit with all of you, because this is quite a significant point that we've reached the end.
And we all know that SEL7 stands for perfect life power. It means stillness. So 7, 7, double 7, right? At the 7, at the tip of the toe, is where the exhale becomes the inhale, and there's a moment of silence. And so after 7 weeks, Lola and I will be taking a 2-week break.
Yeah, just a little break.
Have a little stillness, but we, of course, in spirit will be with you, always.
Of course, and we're going to use this time to really map out our next weekly series, because we truly love doing this. I mean, I know I always look forward to Fridays, and it's always a nice process of choosing the holds, the flows, hearing how all of you like it. So if you're tuning in with us, you can let us know where you're coming in from. Have you been joining us since the beginning? Also, if you had specific ideas of what you'd like to see in the future, this would be an opportunity to share that.
So let us first get into the hold for well-being. And I chose the big hug because that's such a wonderful hold. And so I'd just like to really show you today how to hold it exactly and where, even though you can always be just comfortable. You can really never do it wrong. What feels right for you is probably exactly what you need. It's interesting that this hold, you see it often on the street, construction workers. They're doing very hard work, and often they're just standing here. It's holding the 26, SEL 26, which means complete. It's complete, and there are 26 safety energy locations that Jeremiah gave us. We are not sure if he would have lived longer if there would have been more safety energy locations, because they came about a few at a time over the years. At first there were only 15 safety energy locations, till finally he had 26 that he located. And of course, since 26 means complete, it may very well be that this was the last one, but I just want to show you 26. It's located right here on the outside of the blade, and you can go right into this joint area with your finger. So it's very close to the armpit there, and so you can bring your fingers there, and with your thumbs you can go on the 22, which is it's right here. You can see it clearly on Lola here. It's right beneath the collarbone. It's right there, so you bring your thumbs there.
Oh, so it's kind of like that.
So they're kind of like window wipers.
That's nice.
If you are below it, you can bring your thumbs right in here and then pull down a little bit. You see? Bring your thumbs in there, in the area, and then... you feel it? Okay. So I hope that everybody will practice with us today. So we're going to hold this for a few minutes and allow for the breath to come into our bodies. So one of the 26 may feel a little bit more full or tight or congested to you. So then you can really place your fingers in there. No forcing or pressing, but just really get in there and then feel the transformation. Feel the area open up. It opens up. The congestion just resolves. And then here is these little window wipers. You can just feel first where the tightness is, if it is more in the center or if it's more lateral, and then you can stay there.
Ooh, this is good.
Yeah, you got it. And then again, observe how your right side feels as opposed to the left side. And so we're getting all this information. And of course the 22s are on the front of the body. They help us to exhale. And then the 26, which is on the back, helps us to inhale. So holding 22 and 26 helps the complete cycle of energy. Within, we completely renew with every breath, with every cycle of breath. We completely renew. And that's why we can change everything. We can change projects. We can change our life really with every breath. So I like to offer that to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so again, hope as you're watching with us, you don't need to just watch us. This is like our little practice time.
Practice along with this. Make sure that you drop the shoulders. It's very important. If you're like this, that's not,
So and we do that so often. So it's really important to have those conscious times throughout the day where you intentionally relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, really loosen up the areas that are maybe chronically tense. And I'm definitely speaking for myself. As Alexis knows, my shoulders are always tight. Yeah.
So people sometimes ask, how long do you hold it? And you can hold it for a couple of minutes, or you can hold it for 20 minutes, or you can just even hold it for 1 minute. So I hope that makes sense. And you are the artist, right?
Yes.
Jinshin is an art. So you practice what feels right for you. And sometimes you have more time and you really want to get into it and stay with it, like we are doing now. We can just stay with it while we're talking, while we're doing other things.
Yeah, like you could even be in conversation with someone, just kind of standing like this.
People do this all the time.
Yeah.
I think this is comfortable for most people also. And it really is like giving yourself a big hug. And that's giving yourself a stroke of love.
Yeah.
And that's important.
It is. Especially, as maybe we get less of that from people nowadays, and I think that's what really sets Jinshin apart from other modalities is you can learn to do it on yourself so that you are empowered, you take control of your healing. It's not always relying on someone else. Of course, going to get a session with a practitioner is incredible, and we definitely recommend that. But I really do love that Jinshin really is like teaching you how to do this for you. And it's like allowing us to really tap into our body's own innate intelligence. And I feel like once we allow these energy centers to open up, then things can start to self-regulate, come back into rhythm, and like the energy moves how it's designed to move in your body.
And that's exactly where healing takes place.
Yeah.
So you are a big part of your own healing process, exactly as Lola just explained.
Yeah.
There is no other way it's going to work.
Right.
So,
right.
Taking care of yourself and actually practicing.
And then, if you feel moved and inspired and touched by this art, sharing it with loved ones, I think that's also a gift we can give other people, is teaching them.
Yeah, because you can teach this to anybody. This simple hold helps the entire body, and it's a very easy hold to share with a loved one. Give yourself a big hug, and then you can just explain how to do it. So let's take another nice deep breath here, and then I would like to share with you a mudra.
Yes, a special mudra.
A special mudra that's also for wellness, and this may not be one that is the first one we're going to go to. That's why I wanted to share it with you, and so you can let go here now of the mudra and of the big hug. And now we're going to go to a big hug of a mudra, which is it's in the core. It's going to be mudra number 5, and they don't really have numbers. So let's first get into it, and then we'll chat a little bit about it. So you're going to hold your thumb up, and then you're going to make a ring with your thumb and your middle finger. And you're going to place the thumb on this thumb, and then the middle finger here. So I hope this is very clear for you now.
So it's right. Like your bottom thumb covers the fingernail of your left thumb, right?
Yes.
And then you create a ring using the top of your fingernail.
Yes.
Your middle finger.
So mudras are spiritual hand positions. It's also, the translation is a seal. And this is really the beginning of Jinshin Jitsu, because when Jiramarai was sick himself, he went into the mountain cabin, and what he used was the hand mudras. He used the hand mudras, meditation, and fasting. And we all know his story, that after the 8 days, he was completely healed, and that's when he decided to the rest of his life to devote to development and research of what he called Jinshin Jitsu. And so this is one of these mudras. Now there are many, many different mudras, and he passed these 8 to us, these 8 mudras that are in the book that you can find, and this is one of them. So there's not really an order in which you should practice them. You can practice all of them, or you can choose one of them and choose your favorite. And it may change per day as our body changes, as we change. So one day this will be your favorite, and another day another one will be your favorite.
Yeah.
So all of the mudras connect us to source energy. And so in that's why it says depth 6, source energy. And these are spiritual practices. And Jiramarai did a lot of research on the mysticism of what's it called? The Kojiki records. The Kojiki records.
Yes, yes.
He talks a lot about the gods, and the gods being the main center source and the supervisor energies and the mediators, how they all came into form the body. And so these are gods. So there's a great mystical aspect and spiritual aspect to the art of Jinshin. And so that's how all these mudras connect us to source energy, something that's really bigger than ourselves. And that's why we love this practice so much. Right. It's not just a practical application, there's also a spiritual aspect to that.
Yeah, which I don't feel like there's so many modalities that really like bring together all 3. And that's what I think also makes it appealing to so many people. If you do just want to focus more on the physical aspect of it, you can. Like, of course, it's a physical practice, an art. You know, you apply it to your body. But if you are more tuned in to some of these like greater mystical concepts and really like believe in the power of the universe, and you know, you can really like see that at play. And it's like our body is a portal for that energy.
It's certainly what drew me into it. It wasn't necessarily the physical application. It was the spiritual connection that I felt when I took my first workshop with Philomena. There was this, the first time that I really experienced being a minuscule part of something larger than myself. Wow. And we can all tap into that. And that's what we tap into when we give ourselves a session, when we practice our Jinshin, or when we get a session from a practitioner, is to tune into this larger source. And it was, like Lola said, a lot of the modalities don't talk about this spiritual aspect, but all these Eastern modalities, it is a part of it. It's just not explained as much. And when Mary Burmeister brought the art of Jinshin to the West, she really made it very important and really elaborated on it, so that we in the West would get all the benefits from the practice, because in the East this is already understood, really.
Right.
All these spiritual aspects.
Yes.
And so that's why she made it so important, the spiritual aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you can like choose which elements you would like to incorporate. Yeah, take the whole thing, take parts of it.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit more about technical aspect, which is also so interesting, and it's Jinshin, of course, remains such a big study, even though we can keep it so simple. But if we look at the finger hold, we are helping the nail part, which is the back of the hand, which is our inhale, the inhale through this part of the nail. So we're placing the pad of the thumb, the part that exhales, on the inhale. So boom, very powerful, gets us into this cycle of exhale and inhale. And then we're placing the middle finger, nail, which has to do with the inhale, again here on the pad, which has to do with the exhale. We're holding the thumbs, which for the students, this has to do with depth 1, harmonizes worry, and then getting into the middle finger, helping the emotion of anger, helps to harmonizing it, and as well as how this mudra helps deep fatigue in the body, because the middle finger, the fatigue flow actually moves through the middle finger, so helping deep fatigue in the body. And yeah, it's a beautiful hand gesture. Just the posture itself is so beautiful. So just the beauty of that is nurturing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is very comforting.
Of course, you can do the other side as well. So let's just give that here, like that. And then see which side feels better for you. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So I hope you're all practicing along, and yes, I'm going to see you all in 2 weeks. I think Lola has a few more messages, but while Lola's talking, just stay with this and stay with your breath, healing and harmonizing together.
Yeah, I first just want to thank everyone who joined us for our second study circle. We host these first Wednesday of every month. So if you are interested, you can join us for November. This is also for people who have enrolled in our practitioner training curriculum. And we've just, did you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say about the study group, how lovely it was. And we are all students there. I'm learning a lot from you too, because you never just get it. Just as you think you get it, then there's so much more to learn. So this is really a place to explore, ask questions and share, and I am a part of that, which is really wonderful.
Yeah, you know, it's not just like a class that's just led by Alexis. She's really holding a circle, so people ask questions, other people answer, other people give their input, Alexis chimes in, so it's a really nice space to study and learn along other practitioners, especially when we can't all
and we
be
have
together.
Beginners too, really.
Oh yeah,
we are all considered beginners, so
the whole range is there. But if you are truly a beginner, we do have a beginners workshop that's coming up November 8th. That'll be on a Monday. We've already shared on our Facebook page, but I can share more info, and I'll drop a link below. If you really are like just starting to dive in, maybe you already have the art of Jinshin and you really want to deepen your self-help studies and just like get a stronger grasp of this art, this will be perfect for you to join.
Just going to place my hands together here, just tapping into depth 6 one more time. Yes.
Yeah,
you can join along with us here.
Yeah, and then just the last thing is, you know, every week as we create these, we also condense them into a smaller 5-minute segment that's just the flows or the holds. And we're going to be launching that on our platform where you can get all of them. So if you want to just have all 77, move right along with the book, that'll be available to you. And just really as our way to like fully complete this amazing series. You know, I think I had just started with Jinshin Institute right before we started Free Flow Friday. So it's also amazing for me to think like how far we've come, you know, what we've done in that time as an institute, what Alexis has done, and just we have so many big things in the works that we're so excited to share with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you all for being a part of this journey with us, being a part of our community. This is like why we do it. So hope you enjoyed today. Again, we'll be back in a few weeks with something new and fresh. I think that's all. Thank you very much. You're so welcome. So we can all part with this because this also harmonizes all the depths, right?
Yes, that's right. Bringing all the fingers together and the palms, of course, depth 6, and then placing all the fingers together. So it's powerful.
So we'll sign off with this. Thank you all, everyone, and we'll be back with you soon.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.